Hello everybody, this is Khashayar. Welcome to part 7 of game developing with Python and Pygame. In this part I'm going to finish off this game. We are going to have some score text on the screen, and I will tweak the logic of the game a little bit, and that would be, I think that would be enough for this game, and I might have another game tutorial with Pygame, so I can cover other aspects of the Pygame in game developing, and make a little bit more, not complicated that much, but a different way of coding. Okay, but for a start, let's see what we have from last video. And one thing I like to do, you see, every time the ball is hitting the roof, actually, wait a sec, one more time. Every time the ball hits the roof, it's coming back in opposite direction, like you can predict where it's going to be. So let's change it to, and using a random module. On top we import random. You can just import it after comma or just use import again. And here in ball class I make another method, define what we call it. We can call it get random move self, and there only thing we need to do is say return random dot rand range -4 to 4, and rand range is generating a number between two range of the numbers. For example, between 1 to 10, between -3 to 100, and by that, every time it's calling this method, and you will have the random number. And here in top, when we have when the ball hits the roof, I think it was here, then we can say self dot x speed equal self dot get random move, which is this method here. And now every time the ball hits the roof, it's coming, it responds to the random direction, so you can't predict where it can be. So it's more challenging, especially when we increase the speed of the game, so it will be more gamey style. Okay, now let's take care of score. For score we need to have a couple of more attributes in class ball, which is just some variable actually to hold the number. For example, we need to have score here. Where is my class ball? Okay, for example, scoring, so self dot score equal 0, and let's take care of it now first. And what we can do here, we can go to ball update and say every time we hit the ball, collide print, and we can say self dot score plus equal 1. Actually we can print it out here, print self dot score. Okay, when we run the game, one, and you can see in my terminal that we are counting the hits. Okay, now how we can write it on the screen instead of print it out on the command line. Then let me get rid of this, and for that we need to define some fonts, and for that we need to have this line pygame.font.init. It's the same as pygame.mixer method, which we are initialize the mixer method from pygame class. And here we have to have some constant for font. Then for example we say score font equal pygame dot font dot sys capital S font capital F, which is system font, and here I use Comic Sans MS, and size of the font will be 20. System font means Pygame try to access your fonts, default fonts which are available on your operating system. So I tried this font on the Windows machine and also on a couple of Linux machines, and it seems to know all of them have this specific font. I haven't tried on Mac. So this is first part. What's next? Now that we have our the font, define our font, let's come down in under the self.score and write another attribute, self.score text equal score font. It's using fonts and text on screen in Pygame. It's a little bit complicated, so that maybe looks a bit confusing, but when you do it a couple of times you will get used to it. That render, what we are going to render, score, which is kind of static font text, it's not going to change, plus string of self.score, which is changing, and smoothness will be true, and the color of the font will be green. Okay, now one more time we come down here when we have our scoring system, and we can just copy and paste this line here. I think where is my update methods? We just need to copy this attributes here, this line, and come down and here paste it here. So each time we are hitting the ball, the score will change, and the variable also here change. But now we have to split it on the screen, so we have to come down all the way here under the screen that field, and we just split it there. We say screen dot split. What we are going to split, ball dot score text, which we define here in our class, and every time it's changing in update method. And where we are going to split, the position will be 10 10 in top left side corner of the screen. Now we have score and is changing each time. What else we need to do here? Alright, so I think this could be enough. Now you have an idea how to bleed this bleed the text on the screen in Pygame. And as a challenge, I will upload the full code on my site. Also, I provide the assets, this the ball and sound effects. But as a challenge, try to come up with the game over method, and also try to increase the speed of the game in every 10 hits. So in my original game, I write a method, not actually method, I write very simple if statements and use another variable that if we hit the ball 10 times, it will zero the score and up the level. It will increase the speed of the ball and a little bit increase the speed of the movement of the paddle. So this can be some kind of training for you, and when you do it yourself, you will have better understanding of how things works. All right, okay, thank you for watching, and I hope this video series could be helpful somehow. And if you like this video, please subscribe and like the video on my YouTube channel, and I hope I will come up with more games and more tutorials in different areas of the programming, Python programming. Thank you for watching, and I see you in next video.